Thank you for joining me. This video is a request from one of my viewers about Sade Sati, and so I thought I'd just do a very quick video about it because I have been through I'm just coming out of my second Sade Sati now, so it's been, I've been through it, and I'm actually also going through my Saturn return, so as Saturnian as it can be, has been for me for a while. Okay, so Sade Sati. Part of the reason what I'm doing Vedic astrology channel like this is because as much as I love astrology, I've been absolutely terrified by the content of stuff on, that you can find out there. And yes, I'm definitely not going to deny it. For some people, Saturn is a very difficult planet, as is Mars for other people. Sometimes Mercury can be a really bad planet, but obviously Saturn is a really heavy one. And it is the one who is dealing with your karma. So he's got the list of your karmas, and Saturn is dishing them out to you as you've got to work through them. So this is what I've learned. One of the very first things that I did is just respecting self and respecting others. I don't want to collect any more bad karmas. So just be kind, non-judgmental to other people. Just get on with your own life. We just lead our life, and we just want to be nice and kind to the others, and because we don't want to collect anything bad. And also, we're here to grow. So if you come into this world, you don't want to leave exactly the same person as you came in. You want to think that I became a better person. Life showed me humility, humanity. I had a more of a vision for life. I was kinder. So you want to just experience things and evolve as a soul. So basically, I'm now going to tell you about what my experience of Sade Sati is. Everybody's is different because we all have got different ascendants, different nakshatras. Our moon signs could be different, and also we run different dashas. Dashas make a massive difference to how this transit of Sade Sati can be for us. So if you're running a really good dasha, it's not going to be so bad. If also you've had difficulties with Saturn and you've learned the lessons and you've been complying with the wishes of Saturn, it's not going to be so bad. And I feel as though somebody who has perhaps got like Saturn aspecting or in conjunction with their moon, they already have a very difficult kind of situation anyway. And I do really sort of like take my hat off to you. So there's kind of like an understanding there. So this, although creates even more pressure, is probably they have no expectations. And also this is also for people who've got very little expectations of life. They see and accept things as things are, and they surrender. Their experience is not going to be that bad either. But all I can tell you is this could be the most amazing time of your life. So you just got to trust yourself, do the work. That is it. So I'm just going to, this is my, my message today is, so once Saturn comes 12 houses from your moon, you already know, I've done videos about when malefics you have malefics in your D1, your natal chart, 12 from your ascendant. It just kind of stops you from sleeping very well. So you have to program yourself and work on that and do the work, So for example, somebody's got Mars in the 12th house, they could do with a little bit of exercise, not harsh exercise or anything, but they need to be aware that they need to release that energy before they go to bed. When you have 12th from your moon planets in your chart, you probably, particularly, stops you from sleeping. Even sometimes having really nice planets can be a bit disturbing as well. Nonetheless, though, so Saturn is now coming 12th houses from your ascendant. So this will be for people who are kind of new to astrology. This will be when it's the sign behind your moon. So if your moon is, say, in Leo, so now Saturn is going to be in Cancer. So what's happening is you feel a little bit of pressure. You're probably not feeling a lot of it, but slowly there's like a little, it's almost like there's rain coming, there's a little bit of storm. You can see the trees and the leaves are kind of moving, but the storm is not there yet. So this is the time, I think this is the best time not to do anything major, because sometimes some people can, when they know Sade Sati is coming, they go into such a panic, they just overreact to Sade Sati. But I think the very best thing is, this is, almost imagine if you're writing a book. This is a time when you actually put your thoughts, all your thoughts on paper, and you keep revising it. You just kind of think, maybe that, I don't like that, I don't like that, So this is kind of like the structure time. You just put in bits and bobs on paper. So start planning, be organized. This is my thoughts, and think about yourself, because when Saturn obviously gets very close to your personal planets, it can cause slight health issues as well. Not necessarily always mind, but just got to think about that as well, because it could be aspecting something. It's sitting in a house. So nonetheless, though, it's good to be prepared. So it would be really good for you to start thinking, during this 7.5 years now, I'm going to look after my mind first. So I'm going to rest it. I'm going to eat well. I'm going to sleep well, and I'm going to rest. I'm going to give myself time to rest. I'm going to get a book, start reading a book before I go to bed. I'm not going to be on my mobile at night time, and mobile phone, things like that. So I'm just going to give myself peace. So start getting into a routine of being nice. And actually, if you want to have good, 7 hours sleep, make sure you go to bed in time in order to have an hour relaxation before you fall asleep. So being organized, kind of thinking, I'm putting myself first. And so planning, organizing, I'm kind of sort of thinking about my life. So, and then you kind of also start to think about how far you've come. I think it's quite good to actually think your journey in life so far. What have I achieved? What do I want to achieve? What are my capabilities? What is my education? What I want to be doing in terms of relationships, self-development, career, home life, relationship with others, the things that I do want, my capabilities in those areas, and things that I need to work on. That's very good. And if I want a job, do I need to get some more skills ready for it? Do I need to educate myself? So you want to be vigilant. You want to kind of no action, but planning, organizing, revisiting. This is what you want to do. And you want to be authentic with yourself, because if you're always living a dream of somebody else, you're seeing somebody else's life, you're trying to live that life, that is not your life, that's somebody else's. You don't know what's going on in their life. Get on with your life. This is a really good time to be very grounded and take the head out of the sky and be real with yourself. Be authentic. This is time to be authentic with self. And you want to kind of leave those unhealthy mindsets out of the way and get really real. So, and kind of start to have this really good relationship with yourself, as knowing, okay, when I do that exercise, I feel exhausted. So that's not really good for me. I need to reserve my energies. And yeah, I've eaten badly, over-exercise or under-exercise, all this kind of thing. Get these things in place. You have 2.5 years now. You can get these things under your belt slowly. And then you want to sort of by the time you do this first 2.5 years, you got quite a good agenda going on now. You know what you want, the things that will serve you, and your ideals and plans and everything else might change, and that's absolutely fine, absolutely fine. And then what happens then? You go into your the Saturn now goes into your first house, so it's right on top of your moon. Might be, you know, in a different nakshatra or something, but it's kind of coming towards your moon. So this is the time to actually really start to kind of think that I need also, I've done the planning, I'm very organized about my life now. I know what's good for me and what's not good for me. So all these things. And then what you want to do, excuse me, I'm just going to turn. What I want to do, I want to kind of like preserve my mind. So if you need to have holidays, if you need to have days away, weeks away, weekends away and things, start doing them. And kind of like sometimes I feel as though when you're away from your environment as well, you can have fresh sort of thoughts as well. And it's really good to start investigating also what you're researching during this time, because it can use the Saturn energy for more focus rather than, oh my gosh, I'm feeling the pressure. And you know, it's normal to during this time to actually feel lazy, feeling a bit depressed, and you know, it's fine. Just kind of acknowledge it, but kind of try to sort of like, you know, address it. So during this time, the whole of this period is still very good not to spend money, save money, preserve energy. All of these things are very important. You don't want to do anything that's massive. No massive stuff at all. You're just thinking, you're planning, you're putting your thoughts on paper. And you just kind of creating this relationship with yourself of more and more authenticity, more and more what you want to be as well. But it's really hard to actually make decisions once Saturn is sitting on your moon, because it is just so heavy, it's so dry, and it's so much better to just like be kind to yourself. As Saturn starts coming out of the sign where your moon is, so it's traveling towards your second house from the moon, things become just more clear anyway, so you can actually have clarity over what you want, how you want to do it, who you want to do it with. So these are the things that you kind of like. So you're coming out of it, so you kind of know, this is who I am, this is my authenticity, this is what I'm capable of, and this is the skills that I've actually managed to achieve during this time. I've got some money reserved, and I'm kind of like, feel much more in control of my life. I'm more organized, more plan ahead. And I've got, as I said, you know, you got some money saved. Now, you know, you can start thinking, what do I want? So if you're thinking about starting your business, this is what I did actually. I starting the business, you kind of like start researching more, kind of thinking the models, people who have got similar sort of ideas than you, start thinking, researching them, you know, do the research. The researching is really good. And kind of have a plan about what is your ethos for your, for yourself, for your life. So I want to be living a life that's authentic with me, with my emotions and capabilities. I want to, you know, be real with myself and have emotional connection with people around. You know, you just write down whatever the strap line for you, you know, and for your business or your job or something, you know, or education, whatever it is. So you want to have children, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Get your body ready for it. And it's amazing. The moment that you kind of like moon steps into the second house the Saturn starts moving second houses from your moon, things can just, the clarity and the planning and everything comes together then, you know, and then you can start, you know, putting things into action. I certainly wouldn't do anything during the time it's on your moon. It's just too soon. So I found with mine, what it gave me was growth of mind. I was much more, you know, tried to be more open-minded. I started putting together a more healthier lifestyle, and I was definitely more grounded afterwards. And I did have times when I felt really low, but it wasn't every day, because, you know, you got to see that we live our life, we're working and all of that, so we don't always, you're not every day of the week, every moment of the day, you're not going to feel depressed. Absolutely not, you know. But what it does do is, obviously, you feel a bit restless, you feel a little bit like, sometimes a little bit out of control. But if you're grounded, it's all fine. But it made me actually work smarter, not harder. It gave me quality of everything rather than quantity of everything, such as friends. I reserved my energy. I kept it for people who, you know, gave me mutual amount of energy. People who zapped my energy, I kind of like had more telephone conversations with them, and I decided on the time I wanted to spend on the phone with them. So yeah, it's all good, you know. It just made me feel much more in control. I felt more like a grown-up really coming out of my first Sade Sati. I felt as though I had an ethos for work, an ethos for self, so it was good. Obviously, if your dasha is a good dasha, everything can be a lot more smoother for you as well. If it's difficult one, you want to kind of like, particularly when it's during the first and second stages, you might want to retract from the world a bit more, and it's fine. You got to go what is right for you. But I still think, you know, you don't want to action anything until you're absolutely sure. And also, I think, you know, because Saturn is a good planet for Capricorn ascendant, Aquarius ascendant, Libra ascendant, and Taurus ascendant, it can be slightly better for them. But then it depends on the moon sign, doesn't it? So, you know, you just got to be just like, just do things, moon remedies, if you're really suffering. You know, there's so many things out there. Do the moon remedies and just practice being good to yourself, practice being real, and I think everything will be fine. Honestly, I think it's not a bad time. And also, I think first Sade Sati sets you for life with big decisions. So you could actually either get married, start having children, change job, go and finish a degree or education that you didn't have. It can make you travel. It can, honestly, it is not that bad. And if even if you have had or experienced some difficulties and you're going through it now, be sure that how your mindset is controlling the whole thing. Change your mindset and get more positivity into it. Second Sade Sati can bring massive success for people. So you often hear a lot of people literally, as they're coming towards their retirement, they actually work better, work smarter. They might start writing a book that they've been, you know, about their lifetime achievements. They might actually get more fame during this time. You hear it all the time because so many people just make things happen. They're movers and shakers of this world. There's people who literally have got all that experience behind them. They're now putting in action and help others as a consequence as well. So that is my you know, don't fear. The more you fear, the more you attract fear, and the harder it's going to be for yourself. Take control of your life, live it. Remember what Saturn is trying to do during this time is make you achieve, pushing you out of your comfort zone, trying to get you to kind of achieve more, get what you deserve, and make you evolve and progress. It's not really about setbacks or anything. It's really just like broadening your horizon and realize the bright star that you are. So that's it from me. I'll see you next time. Thank you.